Yes. So questions, yeah. Oh, yes.
Very important.
Yeah.
So one thing was lingering in my mind for quite some time. So this is about praying for the well-being of Guru's physical or this material space, because most of the times I don't care about that, but off late couple of times I, for example, when you are invited as a guest in some meeting with along with multiple other guests, so one thing I would prefer is my guru's dignity should not be compromised in that. So that is one thing which I look for, and the second is the physical well-being of my guru, at least till my life end. So these two are things which I mostly I don't know to whom to pray. I just pray for these two things. But is there a meaning at all for these prayers? Or if I have to pray for something, I usually ask my guru, but there is no point in asking him for his well-being. So is there a point in praying this to my guru, or if I can pray, then to whom should I pray for that?
See, it is always touching when we start looking this way. That we care for them. It is good. No doubt. Saying, denying it, it's not. But a real question is that only. Because our going to the Guru and Guru's playing his role, both are one only in one. That is the evolution of the seeker. So when we have multiple identities, then we get mired into those identities. That is why we keep saying that begin from the very basic, that there is only one. All others are replicas. Now, so when we want to get rid of this illusion of the replicas, we should not increase the numbers. So, basic question here are two, three I am saying basically. One is Guru, who is a Guru? So, in real sense, when there is only one, who else can be Guru? Whatever is, you call it Guru or you call it God or give no name, there can be only one. Now, when that one gets pleased with whom? Those who, because of you call it their karmas or fate or whatever you want to call it, those who started looking at themselves as different or have forgotten the real one. So for them, whenever he is pleased with any of them, so he creates a guru. So what is a guru? In a disciple's realization, it is the form of the formless. So when we say essence of the Guru, then it is he only. So that is what is written in scriptures, and that is what who realize they know it. That is what makes a Guru different from a disciple. So in that sense, a form knows that it is just a form. So to create that, we do not create so many forms, because then it becomes line. X raised to Y is Guru, then 1. then why will definitely go to Jud's Guru? Then it will be endless journey in time. So purpose when is this? So this is why I say it is little confusing. Why it becomes confusing? That first of all we have a frame, and it is very difficult. Howsoever one keep on saying no, it is just merely an illusion. It is merely facade. Anyway, it is not there. But you have to deal in the real life with people. So it is very difficult to overcome this. Not generally, if you are moving your own way, others are moving their way. But when you encounter or confront people, then their identities come in confrontation with yours as well. That is why we go for a spiritual journey. That somehow that seeps into our understanding, then an experience, and at the feeling level, that there is only one in fact. So whenever I get here and there, spiritual process means that we get regulated, we moderate ourselves, and we get tuned. So we go to a guru whom we assume as a guru. So in reality, there is nobody. Only he is there and his creation is there. And the creations, he says, no, slowly or whenever possible, you just come to know this. That you are not there, you are just a toy. But how? Because you are a living being. So praying is ultimately for that only. For who else? Whom else we will pray or what else and what else? And then the second question arises, as you said, does it make any sense? The thing which you are saying behind that is that he already knows what is happening there. So what is the point in doing that? Then it comes to that's why I say it is not about his reality. It is about our reality. Seekers, where are we positioned? What is real for me now? So when this evolution happens, then we will know how to pray and when to pray. Till it becomes, as is written there, till it becomes you turn out to be a prayer. Then when you have become something, you are a walking talking prayer. So that these are the levels of realization different. Essentially, when we say whom will, because it is just a frame. When you see guru is that then you are going into number game. So guru will feel anyway happy to acknowledge his guru, because any guru does never consider himself a guru. But for disciple it becomes a long journey. So that is all for that, to minimize that only they are there. So if something is left, that means something in consciousness is there, that no, there is a hierarchy. There is my guru, then is his guru, then is his guru, then it is how it is going like that. Until and unless that disappears from our consciousness, till then whatever we think best, it is like that. If you have approach to Prime Minister, you will not speak to the Cabinet Secretary. You know that it is the Prime Minister who is doing everything. So I have direct approach. But if you have only Cabinet Secretary, then sitting with him making prayer in that sense become like sitting and thinking that Prime Minister will do everything fine, while Cabinet Secretary is available to you. So it depends on our level, where are we. So that way, yes. Now comes to the, as far as the anything, any occasion or something, for anybody we do, anywhere it is good to send a auspicious vibration. But as far as a guru or anybody is concerned, for them whether it is respect or it is disrespect doesn't matter.
Okay, that is where when I see the debates in the YouTube, like Java Doctor and
Okay.
Sadhguru and I mean, I don't want to name that.
Yeah, okay.
So, you said that gurus also undergo those type of this one, which is like not so pleasant situation.
Yes.
It may not care for them, but it makes difference to the disciples who are not aroused to that level. So that causes uh, some sort of what is it? The
Okay.
one is pain and other is one sort of some not that good things to the person who is causing that to behave
Ah,
also.
right,
So
right,
in
right.
that way it is causing some bad impressions again.
True.
So
That is true. That is true. And that is a human thing. That is very much human thing. And that is where the behavior matters. So even forget the person who is doing, even for a child, for a small child, we know that he or she is incapable of behaving properly because of that level has not come. Still, some anger will be there if they are behaving not the way parents want. Maybe you are not thinking negative about them. At times, it is not possible. Even mind becomes so agitated, you forget that it's a child making a mistake, and you pounce upon a child. So when it is, so where is it happening? It is happening on that level of evolution, capacity to contain all these things. That is where we are saying what is at our realization level true to us, and that we behave best, be it in prayer, be it outside, everywhere. Now even we do not know when things like this are happening. That is why we have to go back, because such example becomes difficult, as you are saying, naming people. For me also it is difficult to name people. So that is why we go to the some stories or something. So when a war is happening, so the God says, no, the one who is killing is also me, and the one who is getting killed is also me. You understand? Now, what is it? What is it?
it is fine, but the moment the problem happens, first thing that comes is all that agony, that
Yes.
vengeance attitude, everything, and then it has to settle down. Okay, so no, I shouldn't think that way. I should not that way. Takes time for it to settle down. But even before that, I already have incurred the impression. So
No, no, it is fine. That's why I say in the beginning, I begin with it is good to heartening to listen to that, but when it is not the goal. Goal is one's evolution reaching to the reality. So there I say minimize the identities, because as a spiritual seeker, you should when you are pondering over dhyana, manana, and nidhyasana, what does it really mean? You are refining yourself, that what it really is, who you really are. So as near we will keep reaching, so many identities which we considered earlier real will turn out to be unreal. Because the more you reach, it is like on the hierarchy or depth or whatever you want to, because once you cross the dimensions, such things are not there. So, where are you crossing? Within you. So, all the time, in whatever stage of realization, at that time, what comes to our heart, that this is doable, that we do. But in reality, and the vibration goes wherever we are. That is how things are being created. That is so. Everything is important, but it has to be seen in right direction, right way, and that is what all the time and indications, because this is have a limitation. The language as we are speaking, something we want to convey cannot convey really. So the next sentence I want to speak for that. This is the introduction. That it is like this. Only who that one, whatever willing to let himself know, he only can know. So if we are moving, second time, if we are moving towards that, that means he is willing. that you come towards us. So we have to keep marching on that. And as we keep marching, as much we evolve, accordingly, that realization will keep dawning upon us. So this minimizing of identities, this has to be understood, because that anywhere, wherever we create dualities, no, we say no, it is good, who else I can pray for other than my Guru, it is the best thing to do. But that apart, Guru's concern is in you two are being created. If he was concerned about his person, it is only because people are wanting him to be there. That is true. That is why a Guru is there. Otherwise, if nobody needs, then why the person be there? What is the purpose? No purpose. So that is facet of the truth. That cannot be denied. Once you, that is the deeper truth out there. Once realize means your journey is over, then why for a second you will stay there. So some work is there, some need is there, somebody wants you to be there. So you are there. So when it applies even to the smallest particle, it applies more to the one who is more important. So all those things are right. But as far as seekers journey is concerned, Guru's work is responsibility is to keep telling them the truth, even if it is at the cost of anything. So that has to be that understood. That our journey should be to minimize those identities, not purports, as a process of realization. That is why I again refer to the article. That why I have written there are only three. So once we slowly reach to that, then our pace on earth will also be. That is how it is. Is there anything missing?
Okay, sir, I got most of it clear. Sometimes when I pray, I don't, after praying, I then come to know, oh, I did say that I am praying to this person, for this person or something. So that means I minimize the identity.
No, see, it is any which is we ultimately call this feeling we call bhava. Bhava means something which has come into being from the non-being. Just imagine two parts. There is a one part which is non-being. You don't know anything about it. And then another part is being, which is the beginning. We call it impulse, we call it vibration, anything. Once that is created, how purely that has been created. Now it will automatically reach where it has to reach. That is the power of that. Because it is pure. Something which is pure wherever it is, its vibration will go accordingly. Now when we start classifying, that is where these mantras and all we say. Yes, that also works. But that is secondary. It is like you are aiming your arsenal. But better than that is just to create it. That this is second. Because there you are not differentiating more than needed. Because that's what I say. See, there are two ways for a sadhana. Either it will end up merging in divinity, or it will see the divinity. What else can be there? Now, when I say again remembrance, see, whatever realizational level we are, for a devotee, it is affect and truth. It never gets distracted. Whatever, suppose somebody is sitting 10 miles in terms of time or space, whatever you want to call, away from the center, and the time to pass away comes, that remembrance will keep at that place, because the key which is connecting factor is remembrance. Now somebody moves on that connectivity faster, then these identities will keep going away because it is moving. But the thread which is at the center, that is at the periphery also, same, no difference from that side. From this side only difference is there. That is why we call it center. No, it's so many of you are sitting here. If you, I'm just giving a physical demo so that it's understood properly. Distance is difference. But from his side there is no difference, there is no radius. That this goes like this. It's everywhere because that's why I call it everywhere. For us only radius is. For him there is no radius, no, it is everywhere. Center everywhere. There is no, he doesn't have to carry a radius that I am this distance. That is why we keep giving this example. That location. Why we go this, so it is not lost on us. That why we create a guru or why we assume somebody a guru is verily because that we could lock it. Otherwise you go into it and you will not know where are you. Because there is no place other than him. Now how intensely you are going and clearly going, that you will see. Otherwise whatever point you go, at that time you are there. So this to be real, the how to is what we are saying. If you this human frame, so long as you have, you want to feel it, you want to experience it, then diligently follow and see in life. It will flourish that way. So that will make you authentic. Then your all these things, possibility of all the negative things which I care, Shok, Moh, Sandeha, Brahm, those things, the possibility of those will keep rising. Because we are going on. So,
But also, whenever I think that, okay, these things are going away from me, then, for example, appetite for something, some snack or something. So 5 years back, how it was, and now how it is. If I think, okay, I am losing the appetite, okay, I am going in the right direction. Then in a couple of days, it comes back with so much of idea that I go for it again, and then it goes away again. But the moment I think, okay, I'm traveling in the right direction, it makes me, it tells me, no, you are not.
that's why I say in God's world, there's nothing wrong with it. In God's world, you cannot do anything in the creation. It is the way it is. If you have no hunger, then you have hunger. Both the feelings you have to experience. If you are anywhere, wherever you are losing the balance, nature is perfect, it is in perfect balance. We have to see it as it is. That is the seeing. So when everything, if there is hunger, that's fine. There is no hunger, that also is fine. Because in larger scheme of the things, it has no much value. It is only where you are feeling that this is the way. And certain things, because of your experience, you keep seeing that when our senses are normal, we see the world differently. We say, why not go this way? So there is no anything you, that's why you say, no. You have to take proper food. You have to sleep properly. Nothing in extremes, only in moderation, everything. We are not saying that we anything in the creation we deny. Everything has its place. You have to make your way. through it. According to your, then you keep knowing that this is working for you. This has given me better result. And still if you have any confusion, then you go to it. So such things are there. Some moderation, because if you become everything, it is like then you can license anything. Such people are also there. That's not good. There is a role, I keep saying, there is a role for moderation, regulation, and tuning. Yes, definitely. But when you are going on a balance, and if you fall a little here and there, off balance, it is okay. It happens with everyone. There is no exception. Somebody keeps so many out of this thing, no, I eat only this much. Sometimes somebody is giving, you can't say no, despite the repercussions, knowing fully. This is how it is. Someday you may go some other way. That also we have to be accepted in on the way towards your journey, towards your goal. Whatever is happening, acceptance is one of your principles. Not when to eat or how to eat. Priority is not written to that. Priority is written accept it and then work it. Because that will become an impression. No, that means then you start looking for different thing. Now I am perfect, I will go in perfect way. Then you create yourself that I am better than all others. So it will lead to that. Here सब कुछ वही है, अच्छा भी बुरा भी, whatever has to be, हम कुछ नहीं है. We are just looking how to look right, correct way. And because we are going in that direction, whatever is coming into us, flourishing into us, it is because of him. He only wants to let it flourish like this. That makes the difference for others. Then you become a good example for the others best. Not for you and not for person per se. It is for the others. That is why we say that it is paropkar which is the key. Paramarth. Whatever is happening for you is happening for others, not for you. So you have to minimize yourself the right way. No, when these words are spoken, people start minimizing in strange ways. They will stop eating food. They will stop certain things, and they'll start. Because you are doing the wrong thing, punishing yourself. No human being be punished by other more than he or she punishes himself or herself. So don't do it. Because where you are alone, you punish yourself so bitterly at times. None other can. That has to be, if you are keeping that sanctity, that it is the soft most, it is the sensitive most, which is flourishing in you. And this which you are considering yourself, you one day it will go. That is the journey. That let the real flourish, which is same in everyone. Then all these things, so long as it has not become like that, we have to only strive that we see the reality. So that is why this all goes like this. And ultimately, when who is real in you is real in me, and it is same. So how can it trouble same in you and same in me will not trouble each other because they are same. So all what is there is of no use. It is just a facade. That is what you call it satsang. Whether you call it as word satya, that is truth. So you say this me who is outsider is with that. So it is in satsang. Now this sang is how much real this is. when it is a given that the one who is honoring me or who is dishonoring me is in fact doing same to him. So it doesn't mean in reality a thing. But yes, for the outside world, for the sake of creating a good behavioral thing, these all things are fine, but they should not become an impression. Reality should be that you have to pray for the welfare so long as they have become. Otherwise, it goes.
The question was till the disciple reaches Guru, Guru is always available for the disciple. The question more is you said that wherever we have left off at this lifetime, will be picked up in the next life.
Yes.
So the question was, will Guru always be there in the next life?
Yes, definitely. Because as you know, what your question is this. That's why I'm saying it is about frames which you are confused. Yes, where the Guru is not a person. For a disciple, no, you and your Guru is sitting in front of you, then you will say, who else is here? That is the confusion. But if you ask for Guru, you will always say that it is a frame of the same. He can say any person who has taken up the responsibility of playing role of a Guru, playing. He knows very well that he is no Guru. So he can say very clearly that Gurus are frames of the God or reality. Because he knows very clearly that he is not a Guru, otherwise he cannot say such things. At the same time, he will never run away from the responsibility what others have reposed in him. A disciple has assumed somebody a Guru and he betrays. Such Guru is finished in a second. He was never a Guru. He is not taking responsibility even in the worldly matter. If a husband is not behaving like a husband, a wife is not behaving like a wife, how much that relationship will last? Forget about the divinity. Even in this so-called apparent world, a relationship, it is not being played according to the dignity. It is useless relationship. And here you are talking about relationship taking responsibility for eternity. And if he refuses to take the responsibility, then he never was a Guru. So it is what you are confusing is with frames. But how many frames can be created?
Without the frame, it is difficult for us to perceive.
That's what I am saying. This is your question now. That's why I begin. When you sit in front of your Guru, you see a frame. But how many frames are there in next birth? Is you don't know. यही शकल चाहिए, ऐसा ही चाहिए. I will also be like this. Real is only one. Whenever what frame is needed, it's needed. Your account is with reality, isn't it? Your account is with truth. Your means any seeker's account is there. I am saying there are only three. The God is there, the seeker is there, and in between a Guru is there. Which is a frame. One is real, another is looking for the real. In between is this bigger illusion. Why it is illusion? Because he knows very well that I am not a Guru. I am just an illusion. Like you play a role in a movie, do you become that? It is you as an actor playing a role. So while you are playing a role, what is the demand of the role? You play it. But inside you are well aware, no? That I am not, I am doing it for the Kepa. Problem is when the worldly examples are given, we take literally to this example. It is just an indication. There you have so many retakes possible. No, when those were the days of drama, it's still better. Now too you have retakes and you come with a perfect movie. N number of times you would have failed to deliver your dialogue, but they will again make a scene. Chalo, let us have the retake. In life there are no retakes. So do not confuse with the frame. Is it clear? Or is still not? No, it should be clear.
As long as access to any frame is available,
it is not any frame.
Any frame.
That is where the intelligence start working. So once we cross that when it becomes wisdom, then we know this. It is not like this. Because this way of thinking will lead to so many confusions. For a disciple, this is my experience. That's why a frame and real all are same. And that cannot be, it is not a make-believe world. When it becomes like this, that's why I say my experience. Others all, so many would be there. No, their experience will be different. I have heard to such people. In my presence only they are speaking in so many tongues about their Guru. What can be there? They all have right. They all have relationship. They have a right. No, a father has 4 or 5 children. They all have a right to speak the way they want to speak. When it reaches to certain breach of etiquette, then maybe somebody elder, if they listen to, they say, no, don't go, don't breach, don't start beating him up. At least keep this much. No, this is happening in this world. Children start beating their parents. So these are the harshest examples I have.
Even though Guru is a bigger illusion, that illusion one day will become real for him. When he sees the real Guru, it becomes real to him that this illusion has become this reality, and from that point onwards, that will persist forever.
Yes.
So, till that illusion becomes a reality, I want to know in how many ever janmas I take, human birth I take, with that same illusion, that means you be the same illusion will come to me as my Guru.
Yeah, right. See, this is correct. Okay. See, what happens is when I am seeing my Guru. That's like very clear because some confusion. I know him only. That's all. Whatever happens, I know this because of this. Now you say, oh, he appears with him or Mukut and this thing and not those things. He can do whatever he wishes to, but I know only him. That bond, he only has to tell, no, this is me only. Otherwise, become I said, I do not know you. Maybe just a little. That is where people get eluded. That's why, otherwise, why was the need for a guru? You can sit on your own anywhere in the meditation, just with a small idea, it's everywhere. And now I want to approach. and I have an intimate relationship. Why you need an agency in between? This is very difficult of this because we cannot do that. It is then when person is saying that Guru is an illusion, that means he has no interest in anything. Because to have interest, somebody needs to exist in his realization, which is non-existence in one's realization. What interest such one would have? They want that everybody should reach to what is real. So for us, yes, what we have seen, that's why this one becoming one means that only. It is his responsibility. Responsibility is a responsibility. You cannot say no, this body will disappear and somebody else will come. What you know, we know, that only we know. How much clearer and intense and we are becoming on that part. Suppose there are multiple things, frames, so that you keep reaching, you will keep seeing. Such this confusion comes. Let me tell you a story which is reported somewhere that there was this priest who made this Kali temple there in Calcutta. So he thought in his magnanimity that this poor priest is there, so let me make a temple for him, Ramakrishna Paramahansa. So he will get some employment and he will be fine. So one day Ramakrishna Paramahansa was walking in the garden and he happened to see. So one step he went ahead, so this guy was devotee of Shiva and Kali. So he saw Kali and he took one step ahead, so he saw Shiva, and one step back, so he saw Kali. Then he came and said, I was such a fool. I thought I am creating these things for you. It is you who gave me a chance. I realized. So this confusion about frames, if you have some attachment to certain frame, that this is the way I want to see, you get hooked to that, you will see that. And we are clearly saying that it is his frame, not persons. There is no one called person there. Whatever way you want to see, it's your approach. Because people are not finding that, that is why they go this path. So to sanctify it, whenever our incarnation, as many stories we have, Ram, Krishna, whatever, the stories I am referring, those are beyond time. Whose time they are dating, I am not referring. Because that again creates confusion. And somebody start dating them also, then I will have to stop talking about them. I am talking about the entities which are beyond time and space. So they also, when they appear, they also make a guru. Why do they need a guru? Whom the whole world is calling a God, to whom everybody wants to attain to. If you look at the Ramayana, it's full of praise of Guru only. Everything, king is also going, God is also going. Why? Why they need to write this? And when he is talking to a seer, then also he is telling, he said, where should I stay? Now he knows that seer being seer, he says, I know you both ways. You are God and you are human being also. And now you are asking, where should I stay? Because he was in Banvas, it is about Ram. He was to stay somewhere in the jungle. He does, where should I stay? So he has to a person in a difficult situation, he has to tell both the ways. No, physically you stay there, and then spiritually you stay there. Then he says, because if he was not that, he said, Tumte adhik guru hi jiye jani, sakal bhav pujay sanman. More than you, they consider guru. तिनके हृदय बसो रघुनाथ. Are you still there? This is Guru Pratishtha. Pratishtha means establish, dignity. Pratishtha, this is word. Tisht means to sit. The one who is already sitting. Pra comes to the, this is from pranava, that is Om. Something very from the very beginning. Pratisthit, sitting beforehand. Only you are not recognized. That is the word meaning of Guru also. Ga Uru, the one who has gone inside Uru, is a heart. Now when somebody is already there in your heart, who has to recognize? So long as you are considering yourself to be there, it's a trouble. See from an outsider's side. Let this facade go by through intelligence. That is why I said trust with intelligence. Apply your intelligence fully. God is not against intelligence. It is divine creation. But put it into the right direction where it shines forth as wisdom, not foolhardiness. This is simply on the same question time and again of the existence. Are we questioning the existence? If we are not questioning the existence, you tell me, think howsoever you want to. Other than regulating, moderating, and tuning, what else is left? If you see this, I have to reach to this world. But if you deny the existence of the world or you have any confusion about it, then only such things will come. Otherwise, all the time you try how to reach there. All the time, how to reach there. Now, how to reach there means when you become capable. If someone doesn't know, in one moment I want to jump to the sun. Are you ready? So he says, regulate, moderate, go spontaneous way, as much as capable you become upholding. It is everywhere. So he said, no, why? Because everywhere is not coming. Then he said, okay, there is a guru to tell you that this is how it is, how to approach me. Somebody, if it is not there, like we have a frame, we have a human body. Somebody ethereal comes in the night, it will scare people. Most people will run away from such a scene. Ye kya hai? Howsoever this thing. Here I feel safe. No, what I understand somebody in the same language as that. So such things are there. Otherwise, that's why this is when we say par hit. We say paramarth also. Para means ultimate, arth means meaning. What is the ultimate meaning? That is also one meaning of it. Paramarth. What is ultimate meaning of? Ultimate meaning of everything is divinity only. Whether somebody abusing you, praising you, whatever is doing is the same. Sabdam Brahmam. That is also a word itself is originating from divinity, then whatever is coming outside from it will be product of them essentially. But when it is becoming impure and impurity inside is also developing, then you take that meaning. Somebody is abusing, some saint may just laugh it off. Like, oh, yeah, others may take it very seriously. अरे ये तो मुझे उल्टा सीधा बोल रहा है. So it depends. Otherwise, this Sabdam Brahman, you do not say, oh, Kusko. It is his meaning. Now, why should you accept? It is not meaning of your level, why should you accept? You accept things which is of your level.
Guruji, I have a question.
Yes.
How not to be too very disturbed by a crisis? In the sense, there are situations where the people experience deep losses or feel completely uprooted. So, how do you develop that inner strength to face such a crisis?
You have to reflect. It is sit and reflect on the reality. Reflecting on the reality is this, that you are also not here forever. That something has happened with somebody. So that person is already, whatever has to happen, either happening or has happened. And it is not permanent, neither for him nor the people. So there is no something which is not permanent. What is the point? That is what called shock question. You have to reflect on the reality. Anywhere, see, it is seen. That's what we say. Drishti. What is this journey all about? If you see in that way, it is that he is there, whosoever, that is there, whatever you want to call. Ultimate is there. Now the one who is, he only has eyes, vision, everything. We have nothing. He is saying, if you want to see me, I only will have to give you the vision. Otherwise you can't see me. Now are you getting ready to get that vision? This is these are the steps towards that readiness, reflecting within. That no, I am not this. My real nature, my real being is not this. How many bodies I have taken before? Do I have a count? How many times I have been mother, wife, sister? Do I have a count? And the all questions are. And if you say no, I do not know, I am this life. Then also, is it going to stay with you? Either ways, result is nowhere confusion. It is only in between that there is some place like this. You see, can't it should be easy. You go to a movie, whatever is happening there, even forget when you go to a drama, the real persons are so called playing. That time you get seen involved.
But that is not affecting me well.
No, that's why I say do not think literally. I am just giving a simile. It is another drama on a bigger scale. Where you are considering yourself real or them imaginary, that these are not concerned. The realer you, when it realizes itself, that will see it as a movie. This whatever now you are saying real thing, concern, everything, when real dimensions open, they will see this also as a play. This identification, the apparent, is not real. Real, that's why I say you have to Paramat. If you take the ultimate, that's why I say very first line of your Sahaj Smriti Yog says reality, divinity, or whatever. It is only one. Everything else is just play of shadows. So as a shadow, wherever you are placed, you just play according to it. But if you get that vision, that it is just a shadow play, then you will act from that vision, not from this.
Is it perception? How I perceive it?
It is now. It is, as you are saying now. You can call it a perception, but it is not perception. Now it is a perception. So you call it as at the level of intelligence, chitra. There are conditions when you go beyond chitta also. That is called Turiya Avastha, where even this whole thing is just not there. Not there means you are not concerned with it because you see it as it is. Because you are nestled in the real. So everything appears you as it is, appearance, including you. You see that you have this body, but you are this. Whatever relations are, whosoever knows you, if you do not have this, will anyone know you? Whatever attachment you are having, so when you are nestled into that dimension of yours, which is real. Now, real I am saying, you can say what you perceive as. But why I have to say the real, because so that you do not stop, that there is something beyond perception, which never changes, because perception means it is changing something. Today you have this, tomorrow you have this, that perception. As much your things fall in line means this normalization process sets more regulation, moderation, tuning to that vision happens. It keep falling and your perception will keep changing. Something you attached, it is like either ways you can, so many ways. I mean, example we have to give only from the material things or inert things so that it doesn't hurt anyone. It is like some child at age of 5 plays certain toys. When he becomes 12, he's playing with different toys. Perception changes. Now this is not required. This is required. Attaches to that. Further, what will we figure? What has changed? Perception. So real you, when you keep moving towards real, so that vision also comes according to that. This is how you should see. It's like from ground floor to first floor you go up and then you see more clearly. That attachment with real is there, has to be there. Otherwise we get attached to the other things. Here you can involve totally, but attachment should be visible. In that proportions only that will fall wherever it is.
Actually, I understand, but I think it is too difficult to implement also. In the sense, now, as we see in Kerala, people have lost their homes, people have lost their family members. So, how do they actually, have the strength to start from beginning? That's what I was trying to do.
Yes.
And
See,
it has just happened.
if you go to the real meanings, no, there is this is very often told story that Sankaracharya performed Parakaya Pravesh. You have heard it, that he entered somebody else's body. And that is a very well known story. It was like this, that he was roving with his knowledge to spread it. And his knowledge was that this Jiva itself is Shiva. What happened that over the period of time, some ignorance crept in this land. People forget the real divinity. So they started indulging themselves in karmakant, means rituals. That doing things certain way, it will be, that's how they do. So they were to be jolted. So he came as a guru and he told, no, Tattvamasi, you are, the Jiva is itself Shiv, Sarvam Khaludam Brahma, this is all divinity, all these things, Aham Brahmasmi, all these things are there. So he encountered a Panditji who was very ritualistic, Mangalmesh. And he said, hey, ऐसा कैसे? How so? What is God and I am I? Then he said, this is how it is. Then he said, okay, then let us have a discussion. And that this Upanishad was very much open in this country, that whatever question you had, You have to ask. Somebody is there all the time to respond. So the discussion took place, and Mandan accepted his view that you are right. So proposition was, if you turn out to be right and I feel, then I will become sannyasi, otherwise I am a grahastha. So the way you are going, I will follow it. So his judge of that was his wife, Mandan's wife. He has to decide who is winning. So that was the kind of fairness. You are making adversary's wife decide, this decision maker judge. That means how fairness was there. No, it's about truth. So he got defeated. So his wife said, no, I am half of my husband, I am Ardhangini. You have to defeat me also, then only he is defeated. Otherwise, so this being celibate means he was not married. So she started asking certain questions which were beyond the periphery of things. Then I said, oh, this I do not know, but give me some time. I will answer to you, give me some time. So they agreed on some time. He said, I will go back study. So he thought for himself. He realized that some king has passed away just about. So he told his disciple that I am going to sit in this cave for meditation. You just guard me, not let anyone enter, and I will go in that body. So he entered into the king's body, and they suddenly realized that he woke up. So those who were tantrics and all, because when you come down from spirituality, such things people indulge, because they indulge in power. Jyotish and then this downfall. Then he knew that it is not him, somebody else has entered. So he said, now to keep the king alive, whosoever has died, their body must be burned, everybody's. Otherwise, so that it cannot go back. If somebody is doing some sadhana and want to go back to the same body, it will be impossible. His body is disappeared. But this was guarded by the disciples and all. So he entered. And he learned all those things. And then they say amusingly, or what is, but they said he forgot. He started enjoying himself so much that he forgot that I had to go out. Then his disciples came and started singing their good bhajans to him. Then he, so this is the time to go. So he left that body. So such is the nature of the world. That is what. That even the realized one may forget. Once they enter into this, possibility is there. But this parakaya, now look at this. This is material thing. How can you do a parakaya in real sense? Material you can do, I'm not doubting. There are certain pranas, 10 pranas, you can control them and do things. So, par means the other. If you are realized, there is no other for you. There is no other kaya. You are in every kaya. Where will you do parkaya? There need to be a parkaya in which you will go. So a spiritual person would see it this way. So here if you are trying to do a parkaya pravesh to them, are you qualified? You have to play your role wherever you are best. This is your curiosity. But ultimately it leads to other things, that you can do something. Then do who is saying instead of talking. Whatever you do. Otherwise it will lead to different things. This is called intellectual ruminations. And that leads to your downfall in the sense that you digress here and there. What you should think, instead of thinking that, focusing on that, you go horizontal. Just you see what is truthful, what is real for you now, and what the reality you want to achieve. Where is your goal? Ultimate goal. Just be focused on that rather than what is happening in the world. wherever you are placed as a mother, as a wife, sister, employee, whatever, society person. Never lose focus from the reality. That is where we call it. So we never know whose movement comes when. So earn maximum while you are here in the right way. Is it clear? Why this is this for the same thing. If you look at the deeper, it is we are questioning the landscape. There is only one question. There is no other. It is framed in this and that way. Or this is the moment this question is clear, all questions are clear. They will be on the same direction. No, what next? What next? So when when we do something, then only when we walk one step, then only we see what is the next. If we are not walking from here, only we want to devise whole thing. These things are there. In everyone's life, this happens. I have met so many people in my own journey, here, there, everywhere, because I wanted to see the real. So when real happens, it happens. In there, if any confusion, that may be clear. That is what we go. Right? There is only one, and all are replicas. If that one's existence is questioned, then you are questioning your own existence. This too is visible now. How many years? Even you go very magnanimous way. We can give ourselves, oh, we want to be very, so everything is going 100 years. Out of that, some 40, 50 are over. And then condition worsens. So on the scale of infinity, what is this? Which you are calling real. So this is who are we questioning? When this question comes, we are questioning ourselves. Nobody else. What is that is? So more we cling on to this, more we rightly we go, more we established in reality. And all the time, it is like again, thoda building banaya, फिर नीचे उतर, फिर शुरू किया. It's like this. That's why I say question. Sit alone whenever you have 1 hour. I'm not saying you that whole day you do this. Just 1 hour. Give yourself 1 hour. And when you give that 1 hour to you, I remember I told you earlier that 1 hour you give to yourself, those for whom you think you are serving, you will serve better. It is not selfish. It is for them. So something which is beneficial for all. Otherwise, these are the tech minds games. We will involve, no, I want to synchronize with X, Y, Z. They are in their own world. Whatever we can do, yes. But that's it. Every human being has to do something. Whatever they can do. That's it. Seeing things as they are. And that comes through going towards seeing the right. Is it making sense? always just this much only we have to see that are we going in this moderation, regulation and tuning thing properly as we have set our place. Other things will on the way will keep becoming. And if any doubt about the length, then you should run to the Guru. There should not. Because this thing is making sense only because of this. That should be there. It is not because of this. This is not existing.